All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Sunday afternoon. How's everybody doing? How you feeling? Vote in the poll. Let me know how you're feeling. Bullish, bearish, short-term, long-term. Let me know how you feel. And we'll look at the charts. We'll look at the news, what's going on, what the updates are, and risk-reward. We're going to talk risk-reward and what I'm looking for tonight and tomorrow as well. Welcome, everybody. Wish we were meeting on better terms right now. Dogecoin 1475. Yes, Dogecoin in the 14s. Not as low as I said it would be if the US got into a war with Iran, right? Because I said 13s. But is it a war? Or did we just bomb the nuclear sites and that's it? I mean, Israel's now like doing more bombing, but is the United States? Is it a war? I don't know. But hey, it is what it is. The markets have reacted. And yeah, big drop this morning. What caused that big drop? I'll show you that. Why did that happen? Because, I mean, last night is when the bombs went off. It was right after we had finished the Saturday live stream, which was going to be this cool, kind of relaxing Saturday live stream, right? We ended up talking about what? Dogecoin and a possible war. And I just wanted it to be this cool, kind of relaxing thing. And we'd talk about like what's going on in the world. And it just devolved into looking at the charts like we always do. But hey, yeah, that's what it is, right? So Dogecoin is dipping down right now here in the afternoon. Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin is now just about below its low for the day, which is 98.7, now at 98.8. So Bitcoin is not showing any strength this afternoon. It started to earlier, but now is selling downwards, which I had predicted would probably happen on Sunday night once the stock futures open trading, because the stock futures are most likely all going to be red. So, and so I was predicting that tonight, but I thought we would stay up a little bit for this afternoon. But that's not what's happening right now. And ETH is also, I mean, ETH never really recovered. It just dropped and went flat. So that's where we start. Look, Bitcoin falls to 98K. ETH loses 10%. XRP crashes 8% after Iran shut down the Gulf of Hormuz, which now people are saying, did they really? Did they really shut it down? Because I mean, there's traffic, right? They're showing all of this tanker traffic here through the Strait of Hormuz. Now, this was a week ago that this is typically what happens. The Strait of Hormuz is bordered by Iran to the east there. And so that's kind of what it looks like, is you get all these tankers coming out of Saudi Arabia and Bahrain and others that kind of like come down through this strait right here. And Iran right there, I guess they could, right? The Iranian parliament just voted to close the Strait of Hormuz, but they haven't really yet. Only 5% of US oil goes through it, but 50% of China's does, which is Iran's ally, and not to mention other Middle Eastern countries. So this could be a massive strategic blunder and further isolate Iran. So that's the truth of it. I mean, when that first came out, everyone's, oh, oil is going to go skyrocket right in price. And that's going to be bad for inflation. And so everything reacted and just dropped. Doge dropped, Bitcoin dropped, all other cryptos just dropped in price with that. The Strait of Hormuz right there. We got the United Arab Emirates, we've got Oman, we've got Saudi Arabia. This is the Persian Gulf. This is where a lot of the world's oil comes out of, through the Persian Gulf, through the Strait of Hormuz. But now, as like the reality is coming out, it's like for the US, we don't get all of our oil from here. So it doesn't really hurt us. So, again, that's just the reality of it. But oil exports around the world do come out of here, and that could have an effect on the world's oil prices. So there's that. So let's start with that, because that's really what caused this morning's dump, was that. Sir Doge of the coin is just like when you just witnessed the start of World War III for the 30th time in 5 years. And it's just like, World War. No, it's not a world war, guys. Not a world war. It's like, it was a strategic military strike on Iranian nuclear assets. That's it. But the Democrats are all, we need to get rid of Trump. Let's impeach him. Impeach Trump. And it's just like, no, just God. And so our 6 bombs that we dropped, it's now coming out that during Obama's 8 years, the US military dropped over 100,000 bombs in his 8 years. 100,000 bombs. So the Democrats don't want to like face the facts and hear that. And I'm an independent. I'm like right in the middle, right? And I just try and keep things real. But it's like the Democrats are all getting excited over 6 bombs, which hit not military targets, but just the nuclear sites. And 100,000 bombs were dropped. Over 100,000 bombs were dropped during Obama's tenure on military targets. And it's just like, I just try and keep it real here. That's all. Meanwhile, CNN is like, sleeper cells in the United States are going to awaken, and they're just sowing fear, right? It's just let's throw a bunch of fear at the American citizens for these sleeper cells, right? That are going to awaken and start killing Americans. And it's just like, guys, please relax. But that's CNN, right? And of course, that's what the Dems are going to do too. And Republicans, there's a little fracture in the Republican Party. And it's just a big mess. It's just a big mess. And so when you have a big mess like this, you end up with prices going down. And now Bitcoin just hit a new low for this pullback, now at 98.5. So Bitcoin is now lower than earlier this morning. Doge is dropping to 14.5, right where it was earlier. Oh, now into the 14.4s. So that's not good. Not good. But I continue, right? Because look, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? So this chart by Crypto Rover shows when there's altcoin seasons and when there's Bitcoin seasons. The Bitcoin seasons circled in red here are when you accumulate alts. Because what happens over time? Alts don't stay down here. There are times when alts outperform Bitcoin. 2022, 2023, 2024. And there might be one in the fall of 2025. I'm just saying, right? If you follow a pattern, right? Patterns will emerge. And if you accumulate on the dips here, you may be benefited sometime soon. So that is a pattern. Just wanted to show you guys, again, why I'm not buying Bitcoin. I'm buying alts on the dips because there's going to be a rip. And when that rip happens, alts will outperform Bitcoin. But I know, Chris, you'll say, oh, Chris, Bitcoin dominance, right? And I'll just go, yeah, Bitcoin dominance, right? We got it. Bitcoin dominance almost hit 66% this morning, and we'll probably hit it tonight. Most likely, Bitcoin dominance will hit 66% tonight. And it has just continued to go up and up and up. And up and up and up and up and up and up. So there have been a few pullbacks in Bitcoin dominance, certainly November, right? 2024, post-election, Doge went up 300%, outperformed Bitcoin, like a lot of alts did. We thought that was the end of Bitcoin dominance being superior as it went from 61.6 all the way down to 54. But then Bitcoin said, no. I'm the king, what Bitcoin said. And then we had all the fears of tariffs and all of that, and a bunch of institutions all buying Bitcoin. And so Bitcoin went up when alts really didn't. So that's what happened. And now Bitcoin dominance is just about to hit 66%. And some are calling for 70%, whatever the number is, it's just a number. But that's the reality of what's happening. And with that as well, we have Dogecoin against Bitcoin dropping lower. So we're now below 15. We're down in the 14s now as Doge versus Bitcoin continues to go down. Again, 20 is our target. Now that's a long recovery to get back up. Doge versus Bitcoin. However, we've got Michael Saylor strategy B, MicroStrategy, whatever, still buying Bitcoin. So, and that'll be announced tomorrow. Now, most likely the Bitcoin that he's been buying has been up over 100,000, not down at 99.98, because he was buying mostly like the end of last week. So he was buying a little more expensive Bitcoin. He doesn't do this very well, right? He doesn't buy on the dips, like I keep saying. It's like, Michael, come on, buy on the dips, dude. And we'll see tomorrow. It'll be like average price 102,000. And I was like, well, you could have bought it 98. Buy on the dips, dude. He doesn't care. And again, it's not his money; it's the company's money. So he just. Now, we know Michael Saylor also has his own personal stash of Bitcoin. That's probably quite a bit. But the company, what you don't want to be in are the crappy alts, though, like Pi Network. Pi Network crashes 11%, inches closer to all-time lows. All-time lows. It's like, do you really want to be buying this thing? I told you guys it was a pyramid scheme from the start, and it's been a pyramid scheme for years, right? I'm going to mine Pi, and if you sign up with my code, right, I will get you into the Pi network, and then I'll get some of your money, right? It's the whole pyramid scheme, like, goes up. And then people who were mining for all these years and then couldn't sell, and I mean, it's like, what a mess. And nobody believes in this thing anyway, except those who are in it. Nobody else thinks this is going to be anything at all. So what do you want to be in, right? What do you want to be buying? Because at some point in time, we're going to have alt season again. It's going to happen. And what do you want to be in? Do you want to be in Doge? Well, the Dogecoin bulls have disappeared. Yep. There's no more bulls right now. Have you all voted in the poll yet? Please add your poll, add your votes, please. How are you feeling? Short-term and long-term. There are some who are both short-term and long-term bear. There are some who are both short-term and long-term bull. So kind of interesting. It's a mix. Let us know. Let us know. But Dogecoin has dipped into oversold territory, but so far the market isn't showing any signs of bullish response. The daily RSI has dipped below 30, and it's probably now lower. We can check the RSI, which is an oversold condition, which is normally when people start buying. Often attracts investors looking to buy dips. But unfortunately, price is still going down. And that's just because of what's going on in the world. Now, as we look at the chart, we look back, right? This is where we were last week. We were looking at 16.4. Remember, 16.4 was support. This was support back here on Tuesday. It retouched it again on Wednesday. But on Friday, it broke through. Broke through support at 16.4. Retested it as resistance on Saturday morning, and then moved lower. So that is a very bear market kind of response for Dogecoin trading. So what did Dogecoin do, right? Well, Saturday, with the bombing of the nuclear sites, right? Dogecoin came down to 15.01. So I drew this line at 15. Okay, 15 cents is support, right? Dogecoin moves up. Again, it was pretty much following Bitcoin, but Dogecoin moves up. And then this morning, with the Iranian response, pretty much saying, hey, we're not negotiating. We need a UN, emergency meeting of the Security Council, and we're going to close the Strait of Hormuz. And it dumped. And it dumped below 15 cents. And then what did it do earlier this afternoon? It came up and it hit 15 cents as resistance and moved lower, which is yet again more bearish. So again, we've had a repeat of very bearish moves happening right now. So it's pretty bearish. It is pretty bearish. And we're not even in Sunday night yet, which is when I was thinking we'd be going down, and we're going down now. So what have I been doing? Well, look, the Tesla diner in California is just about ready to open. Elon Musk said the diner will be accepting Dogecoin. Are you ready? Here's the latest picture. Construction fence is still up, but the diner is almost done. They're moving furniture in. And Elon said, this is cool. And he posted that earlier this afternoon. So Now, this is the drive-in Tesla charging stations and diner. And it's in Hollywood, California. So you go in, you park, you charge up your Tesla. While it's charging, you go in, you have something to eat, something to drink. They've got a video screen, big video screen in the parking lot, and they accept Dogecoin. Well, that's what Elon said. Elon said they would accept Dogecoin. We are waiting. Elon, is it really going to be accepting Dogecoin? It's getting close. So that's a good thing for Doge, right? So we got that. And then we've got this. The Tesla AI robo-taxi launch begins in Austin this afternoon, with customers paying $4.20 flat fee. So, robo-taxi. And I'm like, I'll pay 28 Doge for that Tesla robo-taxi ride. You got to have a Dogecoin option. I hope Elon does that. I mean, a boring company, right? You get a ride through the tunnels underneath Las Vegas. You could pay in Dogecoin. They should have that here too. Doge. So these are good things for Dogecoin that are happening. Good things for Doge. But I bought Pepe. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. And the reason I bought Pepe, because Doge is now down 6%. Pepe is down 9%. And I bought Pepe right there on that big red candle. I bought Pepe. And the reason I bought Pepe was, and I told you guys last week I was watching Pepe, is because when Pepe spikes up eventually, it's going to outperform Doge. And then I'm going to swap my Pepe for Doge. So Orbison, I bought Pepe. And Bull Run 2 was a big Pepe fan. Now it has dipped a little lower, and I'll be watching. I didn't buy everything that I have. I still have a bunch of buying power. So my average cost is it hasn't hit 75 yet. Who, me? My average cost is 86. 86. And now it's at 84. And that's what you're doing with Pepe as well, Irish Cowboy? Yep. With BCH. Yep. So I bought Pepe on that big red candle because I didn't know. And as it started moving back up, I was like, okay, that was pretty good. But I'm still saving some dry powder for tonight. But you never know, right? You never know. So I bought on that dip, and it looks like it's dipping a little more right now. But I'm buying. I'm not totally giving up on this market. So me, I am short-term bear, long-term bull, which is winning in the poll too. Short-term bear, long-term bull. I mean, you can't deny the bearish trend here. You can't deny it. So that's what we have right now. Yeah, it's all about your coin count with Doge, getting the most coins you can for the eventual big run. So back in December, me bought a bunch of Pepe. And I was wondering, how did you get 17? Because it hasn't hit 17 yet now. But back December, that makes sense. So I bought today at 86. It was actually 85.5 on Robinhood, and it filled at 86. But when to buy more Doge? Well, I mean, I'm watching the price tonight, and we could hit $13.99 tonight. I'll be watching the Doge. We're at 1442 now. And this is weakness in the market. So Ramon just grabbed $120,000 of Pepe. What? Ramon, seriously? $120,000? Wow. That is bullish. That is bullish, man. I bought $4,000 worth and I thought, yeah, that's $500 million Pepe. Dude. Wow. Yeah, Red Bull. My guy is loaded. 3 to 4x all day this fall. Yep. Pepe will run. Pepe will run. Man, I can't believe you dumped it all at one time at that price. But hey, good luck, dude. $120,000 on Pepe. Wow. And that's right where the price is right now. 844. Oh. Yep, it went from 849 down to 843. So you're down about a couple $1,000 already, dude. I know. I'm just having a little fun. New World said to do only good every day. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing only good every day. But man, may go lower, but not a bad number. I agree. But I still have another like $4,000 or $5,000 sitting on the side. And if Pepe goes down even lower, I may buy some more. CDC not buying yet? Yeah. Waiting. Lend me some money. Trump wanted to drop his Dogecoin average price. He got in late. So am I buying Dogecoin today? I'm not. Not right now. Let's see what happens tonight between Doge and Pepe. If Doge hits 13, I'm probably buying Doge. But if Doge is still holding up and Pepe is dropping more, I may just buy more Pepe and then I'll roll it into Doge when Pepe is outperforming Doge on a run up. It'll be a swing trade. So we'll see about that. So how low will it go tonight? Well, Red Bull, 13s is in the cards if this negative move continues. Humi got in 1K at 85. Who has a ridiculous amount of Pepe? Anybody else here? Orbison does. By the next Doge cycle, let's all have at least 50,000 Doge. That's good. 10 cents is in play, Revo? Not yet. Not yet. Is it time to buy Jasmine? AJ. Jasmine. Didn't hit a penny yet. Once Jasmine gets under a penny, time to start buying. That's what I've been saying. Jasmine goes under a penny, it's time to start buying some Jasmine. And it may do that tonight. Down almost 10% today. Doge holding up better. Yep, 508. Pepe is a very good long-term pickup. That's what I thought too. That's why I bought some. Because I'd been watching it and it had been flirting around at like 10, right? Adding the zero, dropping the zero, adding the zero, dropping the zero. So I said, no, I'm going to wait. And it went to 95 and I was like, nope, going to wait. And then this morning, I just couldn't wait anymore. It finally dropped below 90. boom. I was like, okay, I'm buying. So yeah, same. I know, right? What would you rather invest in, CDC? A money laundering coin or a Ponzi scheme coin? Right? Which is better? Money laundering or Ponzi? Hi, Charlotte. Good evening. Are you buying? Are you buying tonight? Thank you, Ramon. Appreciate it. Yeah, we talked about that. I think it was Matt who asked me back in January or February. It was like, Kriss, if you didn't have that house, would you have sold all of that crypto? And I was like, probably not. And here I'd be this summer losing half of the value of my portfolio. And I'd be like, man. So the house, the timing of that was very fortunate. Now, if I had bought the house instead in early December, I'd have a lot more cash, or I'd have a lot more invested in my current portfolio because the prices went down quite a bit from December to January. But that's the way it worked out. Let's get ready for Doge to rip back up next week. Is there going to be a reversal? Is that going to happen next week? Or is there still going to be a lot of negative news out there and more war fears and all of that? I think that's going to kind of hang over the markets for a while. I think the stock market is going to be red on Monday. That's going to be tough. Red Bull just hit a limit order. Hey, the guy yesterday who did a long leverage, remember? Somebody yesterday during the live stream, I was having a nice Saturday live stream, right? We're talking about like different cities around the world and all of that. And yet the talk just evolved right back into the charts and crypto and Doge. And this guy, he put in a long leverage trade on Doge right here at 1573. It was like right there. I won't make that a green one. I'll make it purple. He put in a long leverage trade there at 1569. And we asked him what his liquidation price was, and he said 1502. Well, guess what happened? He got liquidated. I told him, I was like, man, that's bold. With all of the fear of war hanging over. Zomarshi. Yes, that was you. You're here again today. Oh, sorry. Yep, that leverage trade got liquidated. Well, I'm glad you admitted it. Most people come in and just say, oh, no, that wasn't me, or they make up some story. But you admit it. I get it. Yeah, that's a tough time to be doing leverage trades. Again, the shorters are winning right now. Like James Wynn, right? He says he's got some $70 million short bet that's open. Of course, he's hedging against a long bet too, and doesn't talk about the long bet. But he's got a big short open on Bitcoin, and he predicted Bitcoin was going to drop below 100K, as did the Magic 8 Ball guys. Remember? The Magic 8 Ball just last week. It's about 4 or 5 days ago. And I did post that on X. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I posted the clip here on X from the live stream from 4 or 5 days ago. Bitcoin was up over $104,000 at the time. And somebody asked, You got to ask the magic 8 ball if it's going to drop below 100K. And the magic 8 ball said it is certain. Well, guess what? Bitcoin is now at $98,000. The magic 8 ball wins again. I think it's at like 98% accurately. It's like 98% accurate is the magic 8 ball. The magic 8 ball probably has like a secret stash somewhere and is just loaded, just like the cat, right? Or maybe it is the cat's magic 8 ball, right? The cat has control of the magic 8 ball. Oh man. But yeah, that's what happened. The magic 8 ball did it. Yeah, Road to Tanger, you bought on a dip at 17 cents. I did too. I bought at 17 cents on the dip. I had bought at 13 cents back in April. I bought the 17-cent dip. And now we're back in the 14s. So what do? Do you buy again? Time to get more Doge before the fall. Revo is convinced. That's what I keep looking at. And again, I don't know. Some people seem to like put words in my mouth and say I say things that I don't say, right? Or that I haven't said. And I'm just like, no, I'm pretty sure back in January, I was saying wait for the fall. I think I was pretty clear about that. In fact, I made a video about it. And it's on the video that I made back in January 1st. Fall 2025. I'm like a broken record. It's like Ben Cowan and Into the Cryptoverse talking about Bitcoin dominance over and over and over again. Well, this is me saying fall 2025 over and over and over and over again. And that's what we're going to see. We are going to see this happen. We're accumulating alts now, like Doge, when it's Bitcoin season, because eventually this is going to spike back up. It's going to spike back up. We're going to go to alt season. Alts are going to outperform Bitcoin. And then you can swap it over to Bitcoin if you want precious Bitcoin. But I wouldn't be buying Bitcoin right now. I'd be buying alts because we're down here in Bitcoin season. So you accumulate alts here. This spikes up again, just like it has every year, 2022, 2023, 2024. It's done this every year. So, hey, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. D community, how are you? I just got on. Someone admitted they spent over $100,000 on Pepe. Yes. But he's got a lot of Doge at 5.8 cents already. Yes, Ramon does. Yep, he's told us that before. And now he's going big on Pepe. Yeah. Me, I'm DCAing. I only used half of my buying power, just less, actually a little less than half, to buy that 500 million Pepe. So we'll see what happens tonight. Whether I buy more Pepe. Look at now, Pepe's up to 863. So now Ramon is up like $5,000 or something on that move right there. Again, it's short term, right? We're waiting for the big run in the fall. And you're going to make, your 3 or 4x on Pepe. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking too. It's exactly what I'm thinking too. Charlotte, we're just going to have to stick together a bit longer. Yep. No, I'm not betting on a delay, Matt. I'm not betting on a delay. Yep. Got to go down to go up. 5 zeros is good for Pepe. We were talking about that last week with Bull Run. Remember when Bull Run was here in the chat? It was a little over a week ago. And we were like, yeah, when Pepe adds that zero back, it's going to be time to start looking at Pepe. And people were asking me about others like Pengu and others. And I said, I don't watch those. I don't. For an ETH-based ERC20 token, the money is to be made on Pepe. And when ETH spikes up, Pepe is going to run. Again, it's just investing, and it's just, you're going to make more money on that than even Doge, most likely. Now, I'm not going to sell all my Doge and go all in on Pepe, just like Ramon here, our friend. He's not going to sell his Doge. He's waiting. He's waiting. So, yep. New World reminds everybody again, do only good every day. That's the Doge ethos. So we'll do only good every day. Do only good. Who, me? You're at, for Doge, you've got 254,000 Dogecoin at an 11.9 cent average. Nice. Not surprising. RR, yep. Remember yesterday's live stream? It was just so relaxing and so nice before all this war. Now, I mean, it was hanging over the heads, I know. Because, I mean, Israel and Iran were still like at it. And we were kind of aware of it, but I was thinking 2 weeks out, because that's what Trump said. He was like, yeah, we'll do this 2-week window thing. Nope, last night. Exactly, real bag holder. Buy when folks are panicking. Right. And like I showed, right, when you see like 1 million Dogecoin videos show up on YouTube, that's when you sell. Right? When everybody and his mother or grandmother are talking about Dogecoin, yeah, that's when you sell. But now is when you buy. Are you going to hit the absolute bottom? No, you're not. You're not going to get the bottom. You don't know when the bottom is going to be. That's why you DCA. Again, I don't know how many times I talk about this, right? You buy on the dips. Now, yesterday I didn't buy on this dip because, again, it was like that threat of war was hanging over our heads. And I thought, well, in the next 2 weeks, something's going to happen. And I think it's probably going to dip lower. And what I said was probably in the 13s if US does get into a war. Now, technically, we're not in a war, right? It was just the bombing of the 3 nuclear sites. That's it. It takes Congress to declare war. We're not going to declare war. We don't want to declare. We don't want a war, right? But Trump can't have his cake and eat it too, right? You don't bomb a country, and this is what I tweeted last night. You don't bomb a country and then say, okay, let's talk peace. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So that's what I tweeted last night. It was like, I kind of think you don't drop a bunch of bombs on a country and then say it's time for peace. It doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. Golden Dome? Anybody? Golden Dome? Pax Gold is up. Anybody buying gold? Pax Gold. It's one of the leaders in crypto is Pax Gold. I wish it was my gold. Me being KrissPax, I wish that was mine. KrissPax was like spiking last night. Look at that. That was one of the top cryptos. The top 100 was Pax Gold. Yeah. And then if you wanted to see what a bunker buster is, I found this video that pretty much shows how the bunker buster GBU-57 bomb actually works. That's pretty cool. Just if you're interested. So posted that. And as I said, yeah, Dogecoin dropped to 15 cents. Seems to be holding mid-15 so far. Concerned about Sunday night once U.S. stock futures open. Crypto as risk-on assets may be in for even lower prices. So again, I just put all this stuff out there. I'm just like, and people still put words in my mouth that I don't say. And it's just like trying to keep it real. Rigged. I know, Blake, right? The whole thing is rigged. And it's like people just saying dumb things like, oh, Trump bombed Iran on purpose because he wants to buy Bitcoin at a lower price. And it's just like, no. No. If you believe that, man, you're just not going to make it. You're not going to make it. Oh. Trying to pick up some more Doge, Red Bull. Buying opportunity. Yep, Nick. XOM, sure. Right, Doge and Pepe, no brainers. And that's what I'm thinking, Ramon. Exactly. We are on the same page. Agree. Don't get chopped up. The Trump coin. I don't know what's happening with the Trump coin. I thought it was down to like $8 or something, right? Yeah, 850. 850 for Trump. Is that the lowest it's been? No, April. It was 750 in April. But it's almost to its low. It'll be interesting to look at this. Which coins are lower now than they were in early April? Not Dogecoin. Remember, Dogecoin came down to 13 cents. So Dogecoin's current price is not lower than where it was in April. And of course, we know Bitcoin's is not anywhere near. Bitcoin early April dipped to 75,000. Now it's up here at 99. So of course, Bitcoin is held up much better. Thus, the Bitcoin dominance being up, right? All of that. So that's clearly when you compare where prices were in April to where they are now. ETH. ETH is up higher. But then you've got some others like Algorand, which is exactly where it was. Solana, a little higher. Cardano is lower. Or, well, on the daily wick, it's still in the same range. But yeah, 52-cent Cardano. H-bar, 12 cents. Same. On the wick, SHIB. SHIB went lower. SHIB actually dropped lower than it was in April. Harmony One, lower. Litecoin's a little higher. I'm just curious on this. VeChain, same. XRP, a little higher. Avalanche, a little higher. ETH Classic, a little higher. AMX is lower. I'm just looking at all of them that I follow. Aptos dropped lower. Aave's higher, of course. Arbitrum, same. Stacks, same. Fetch is higher. Loopring, way lower. Glad I got out of that one. Oh. Optimism, lower. Glad I got out of that one. Jasmine. Jasmine's a little higher than it was in April, but still just about to drop below a penny. And Pepe is higher now than it was back in April. So that's the view, comparing price back in April to where price is now. A little bit of a recovery happening. Short term, Ramon is up nicely on his Pepe trade. Sweet. Man, that was a lot of Pepe you bought. If they announced job done in Iran, we got the facilities and we are withdrawing. Well, we're not withdrawing. I mean, our planes flew from the United States, refueled in the air, dropped the bombs, and came back. They're already back in the US. There's no withdrawing. We just went on a bomb run and came back. Iran has already said we're just going to rebuild the facilities. So they're not going to agree to anything. Diamond hands, baby. Very happy with that Pepe number. I've only felt that solid 4 or 5 times, and each one of those made a nice. Yep. I was thinking the same exact thing, Ramon, when I saw Pepe dropping. It's like, that's a good price. Don't use leverage. Don't gamble. Buy on the black swans. Hold like you've never held in your life. There's this guy. I got to tell you about this guy, because this is exactly Kevin Williams, New England Patriots. This guy, Kevin Williams. This is a new guy that the Patriots just drafted. And yeah, New England is, football doesn't start till the fall. But this is cool, because what this guy said was he treats every football thrown as if it was a wad of cash, right? It's like a wad of cash. And so if he's stretching out to catch a ball, he's like, no, that's not a ball. That's a wad of cash, because he's on a rookie salary now. And in 3 years, if he is a starting NFL wide receiver, he's going to make millions. And so he's like, I'm going to go flat out and I'm going to catch every ball, because it's not a ball, it's a wad of cash. I like that. I'm like, yes, I like this guy, right? That's what these dips are, guys. These dips are for buying. Wad of cash. There's money to be made here. We buy when there's blood in the streets. Red candles is when you buy. I've been saying that again and again and again. Yeah, Ramon, right. I'm in profit. Let's have it go. I know. Look at that. Woo. Any of you that just got 14.5-cent Dogecoin, you're up. Pepe, look at it go. Up to 875 now. 876. Making money right here. I know our portfolios overall are down. I get it. Let's have a little fun, though, in the short term, right? Let's celebrate a little green candle now. Some of you are like, wait. I wanted to buy in lower. Maybe you'll get another chance. The markets are still what they are, right? There's still a big uncertainty. There's still tonight What's going to happen? Stock futures are going to be red when they open. I know it. We've seen this before. Pepe and Doge may even go lower. Like, I would not be surprised if Doge goes to $13.99. Will it? I can't predict the future, guys. But there's a good chance we could be seeing $13.99 Dogecoin. But don't be cute and say, no, I'm waiting for 10-cent Doge. 10-cent Dogecoin may never come. Mark my words. 10-cent Dogecoin may never come. We had the black swan, kind of, right? Big red candles. That has happened. Now what do you do about it? I know, Christoph, right? Exactly. Green candle happened. People are rejoicing, and I'm saying, yeah, it's going to go down. I'm just saying, guys, this is like, but we can have a little fun now. Do you think the Asian markets will sell off? I think the Asian markets, I mean, I don't know. Look at the leverage, right? $1 billion of leverage over the past 24 hours. ETH, $367 million. Bitcoin, 317. Doge, $14 million in Doge. And the heat maps are not pretty. But there are some shorters, though. See the big shorts up here? Took out all that long leverage, and now there's these new big shorts. If Bitcoin goes up back over 100K, just goes to 100,500, they'll take out like $100 million in shorts. These are all new shorts right here. So that is on the table. That is definitely on the table. Taking out shorts. Doge needs to get back up to about 15.2 to take out some big shorts on Doge. Let's go. Just do it. Just do it. Accumulation looking real nice. Get ready, fam. Pump incoming. Yeah, not a huge, I mean, it's still, we have this big cloud over our heads, guys. It's not going to be a big pump. If you start seeing a bunch of YouTube videos and X posts for like this rocket ship and immediate pump, don't fall for it. It's just not. BTC leverage, heavy in shorts. Yep, Nick. You also bought Pepe today? Yeah, so Sean, at some point in time, there's going to be a little run. Pepe will outperform Doge. And if it does it by enough of percentage, I may then take advantage of that and then sell the Pepe and buy Doge. So that's my thoughts on my swing trade. That's how I'm doing it. Buying Pepe was an avenue for me to get more Doge because I still think this fall Doge is going to do something special. And I want to be ready for that with coin count, as much Doge as I can have. That's how I'm doing it. Do a wash sale. Yeah, they don't really call it that for crypto. Dips are gifts. You thought I was going to say that he wants to be paid in crypto? I know, that would be awesome too, right? Just pay me in crypto too, on the dips. So, yep. Why am I so sure about that? The 10 cents will never come. That's a huge drop. We just had this bad news and we see where the markets went to. Now, will there be worse news? Possible. But all I'm saying is you need to, some point in time, you need to be in the game. Right? Because you're saying, oh, I'm not buying at 14.8. Well, like a month ago, when Doge was up at the 20s, people were saying, yeah, I'll buy at 15, 14 cents. Right? Well, now we're there and you're not buying. Now you're saying 10 cents. And just you keep changing the target as the price keeps going down. Eventually, you got to just buy some somewhere, right? Eventually, you just have to buy some. Gold. Just buy gold, right? If 10-cent Doge pops, expect a mega run. Again, the people who are saying now at 14 cents are calling for 10 cents. It'll go down to 10 cents, and then they'll say, oh, I'll buy at 8 cents. It's the mentality is just warped. You got to buy somewhere. Buy, buy, buy. Right. Ramon, November. That's what I'm looking for, is November 2025. We don't know what 2026 is going to be. Is it going to be a bear? Is it going to be an extended cycle? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm with you, Ramon. Once we get through October, November, a lot will depend on what's going on, right? I mean, maybe the markets never recover and they just keep going lower and lower, or in a bear market, right? There is that scenarios out there. And some of you have voted that way in the poll. There are some of you. 14% of you are short-term bear, long-term bear. If you guys haven't voted in the poll yet, look at that. 14% are short-term bear and long-term bear. So you think we're already in a bear market and the price is not going to go back up. The majority of you are short-term bear, long-term bull. That's what I am. But there's 14% of you who are we're bear market. That's interesting. That's why we do these polls. You never know. Is Pepe the new Doge? No. Pepe is Pepe, Doge is Doge. Totally different. Pepe is just a meme token, self-proclaimed, says it doesn't do anything. Where Dogecoin is building utility, it has its own blockchain. We got all that stuff going on that we've talked about many times. That's Doge. It's different. Still a meme, but it's a meme coin. Pepe, meme token. Doesn't mean you can't make money on it, though. Yeah, Nick, big shorts on Bitcoin over 110. Yeah, they're up there. I think they'll be closing those well before Bitcoin gets up there, would be my guess. But there'll be some that don't close, that are gamblers. They'll pull it right to the edge. It may get liquidated. Nick picked up more Doge and you bought your first Pepe. So you're in the Pepe game too. Yep. Smaller market cap, more pump, buy more risk, right? That's what I say about risk reward, right? Which is in the title of today's live stream, right? Risk reward. And there it is right there. No, gold will not outperform all markets this year. Unless the rest of it is just bear. If we're in a bear market and prices don't come back, then gold would be the place to be. Max, the way I see it, Kriss betrayed Dogecoin for Pepe and switched to the evil side of the meme crypto force. Ha! Okay. Trump posted MEGA, make Iran great again. Interesting. Well, I mean, think about it, right? Most of the people who live in Iran probably don't like the regime that's in the leadership that's in charge, right? They want their freedoms and they've had a little taste of it here and there. And Iran could be a great country, but not with the Shiite leadership. So there you go. But it could be. What's my rebuttal to Doge not having a cap like Bitcoin? Doge is Doge, Bitcoin's Bitcoin, two different things. Bitcoin is a store of value, more like digital gold. Dogecoin, by not having a cap on it, is more like a day-to-day currency. That's what makes Dogecoin Doge. Plus, the mining of Doge eventually is going to become more profitable than mining Bitcoin because there's less and less Bitcoin to mine. Think about that. Less and less Bitcoin to mine. Sure, the Bitcoin price is going to go up, but the competition for that less and less Bitcoin is going to be huge. The hash rate's going to be huge. It's going to be more affordable for people to mine Dogecoin. And you're going to be more profitable mining Dogecoin. And ETH isn't a proof of work cryptocurrency anymore. So no miners. No miners. So that's the difference. It does have value. The infinite is over infinite amount of time, Jers. Don't think of that, right? That's that you've read that somewhere. I know that. I can just tell by the way you ask. By using the word infinite. You've read that somewhere. No, that's anti-Doge. No. It's infinite over an infinite amount of time, as is Solana, right? Solana doesn't have a cap. ETH doesn't have a cap under its new thing. It never did before, right? Infinite too, but nobody talks about that. Listen to somebody who has those way lower than where we are currently. Yeah, anything sub 19 cents, solid for Doge. Long-term 14 cents, no brainer. You think the double bottom is in, Ramon? I'm still worried about tonight. I'm worried about tonight still. No, I don't think Elon wants to distance himself from Doge. He will embrace Dogecoin again. That's going to come. The Department of Government Efficiency thing is still there. He created it. One Doge equals one Pepe. Yeah, no. Ah! Charlotte bought more Doge and Pepe. There you go. People will remember this day and say, I had a chance to buy Doge at 14.5 cents. It was my second chance, and I blew that too. Guess what? You're not going to make it. There may be one more chance, Ramon. And I can only say that in order to give people a little hope of like one more chance. Again, back on April 7th or 8th, I bought at 13.8, I think is the price I got for a big bag of Doge. Did I buy at 17.1? Yes. I bought on a dip at 17.1. Not a lot, but I bought some. Because Doge had just been up at 22 cents. So it dipped down to 17 cents and I bought some. We didn't know where it was going. It's lower now. This is a gift, right? An opportunity. Yeah, Nino. I'm bullish in the fall, talking about a bear market. It's a possibility. What I think is going to happen, I don't know, Nino. That's why I put it out there as a possibility. And 14% of you in the poll also think we're in a bear market already. I'm just laying it out there. It is a possibility. Risk reward. That's what we talk about, right? There's no guarantees prices are going to go up in the fall. There's zero guarantees of that. I happen to be bullish for the fall. And I have been very consistently. Gold is up 28% for the year so far. It's a good year for gold. Hey, Steven. I've been good. How you been, bro? Yep. Ramon is on it. Staying positive. We will see. I love gold. Yeah, X money's coming. Again, there won't be Doge on it yet, but when X money launches, Doge price will pop with the anticipation that eventually Doge will be on there. That's how Doge trades. We know that. The ETFs this fall. We just showed like the Tesla drive-in, right? Are they going to accept Dogecoin there? That's bullish. How about robo-taxis? You're going to be able to take a ride in a robo-taxi and pay in Doge? We kind of think that's eventually going to happen too. All catalysts. Sloth Beats has a limit order set at 13.1. I will save some money just in case it's a bloodbath and breaks its weekly support. We'll see. We'll see. The fall generally begins right near the end of September. There's usually a dip at the beginning of September, kind of recovers, and then October and November. Low in August, high in October, Nick says. Yeah, could be. Could go higher in November too. Don't know. We'll see what's going on. But we'll be ready, right? We'll be ready. And we'll talk then about, again, profit-taking strategies, just like we did a year ago. We talked about profit-taking strategies. We'll do that again. But some of you won't sell. Some of you won't take advantage of the high prices. You'll think it's going higher. But you don't know. Dogecoin likes to spike up high and then immediately retrace. Switch, how are you? Only buy, rarely sell. Long-term bull, short-term bull? You could be. I mean, do you think price is bottomed out right here and it's going up from here? Then you would be short-term bull. M2 Global? M2 Global is very positive as well. But this pullback went against the M2 Global because the news will overtake it. And this is bad news that happened. Make sure you buy more Doge before midnight. Even if there's another chance it's irrelevant, 13, 14, 15 Doge. If it goes to 48 again, will it really matter? Well, you want to get as much Doge as you can. But that's where I'm saying, you know, these guys that aren't going to buy till 10 cents, it may not go down there. And then you didn't buy any. And you're not in the game. That's what I'm saying, risk reward on that end too. It's the same thing. Like this guy, See y'all at 10 cents once the dead cat bounce plays out. Trader raw? Maybe. But I'm not waiting for 10-cent Doge to buy. Hillary Clinton. That ain't happening. You shouldn't be buying anything if you don't have a steady income or money to get you by when the markets are down. CDC, so true. That is so true. You got to pay the bills. Don't go into debt to buy crypto. That's pretty bad. Revo likes limit orders. Overnight, sometimes I place limit orders. During the day, I'm aware of the prices and what's going on. So I'm kind of market orders during the day and limit orders overnight is how I trade it. Okay, Pepe's slowing down here, Ramon. As expected, right? Had a nice little pump. I still think there could be another retrace. Another retrace coming. Bitcoin did not go back to 100K. Alan asks, what are the fees to buy and sell on Robinhood? The fees are 0. There are no fees to buy and sell on Robinhood. But my example here on Pepe, because I just bought Pepe today, and I did a market order. Again, here was my order, because I always post my orders. So here's my order. Okay, I bought 500 million Pepe, $4,300. My average cost was 0.000086. It was 86, right? But that was not the price at the time, either on the Robinhood app or on Binance or Polynex or whatever. I bought when it was here at 85. It said 85. It was like 851 or 852. But it filled at 86. That is the spread. And you can see it on the app. When you're buying, you can see exactly what's happening. And it's the same as a fee. I just say, it's the same as a fee. A couple of years ago, I did a comparison with Coinbase fees, because you pay a fee for each trade on Coinbase, but there's no spread. Like if I had bought Pepe on Coinbase, I would have gotten 85.2, but I would have paid a fee for that trade. On Robinhood, no fee, but I got the Pepe at 86, a little bit higher price. It's the same. So I don't worry about it. It's the same. Hey, Chaos. Well, Iran can't retaliate. They don't have anything. There's a fear of retaliation, and maybe they can do some little thing. Suicide bomber somewhere or something like that, right? Yeah, see, I disagree, Ramon. I did a market order right here. It works for me. I'm watching the charts. I see what's going on. I saw the second red candle dipping down, and so I did a market order. Because if I was too cute and did a limit order, it might not have filled. Now, eventually, it might have filled over here, right? Just on this little dippier dip there. But you don't know whether that's going to happen. So I just did a market order to fill on that red candle. That's what I wanted. And it works. But I get what you're saying. It doesn't matter. On a limit order, if I had set the limit order for 85, it wouldn't have filled because it would have to go down to 84 to fill at 85 on Robinhood. Oh, good night, RR. You might buy a little more, but then you might be done. Yeah, I think you're good, Ramon. You got a big stash there. But it might go down lower. You're welcome, Alan. We try and keep it real on this channel. And I get what's happening with gold. But I kind of have a conviction that crypto is going to way outperform gold this fall. So I'm buying on the dips in the summer. $5 months of less pre-tax profit on 350,000. Good luck beating that chasing green candles. Orbison, 58 million Pepes. Too good to pass up. That's what I'm saying. It's just money, right? It's investing. I know we want to talk about Dogecoin and only buying Dogecoin, but Pepe is down a lot lower over the past few days than Dogecoin. This is a buying opportunity for Pepe. And for some period of time, going back up, Pepe is going to outperform Dogecoin. So it's the better, it's risk reward, right? That's what we're talking about. It's risk reward. You've got a limit order at $7.99, Ramon. We'll see tonight whether there's a dip. Might hit. It might hit. What does buying a limit order at a higher price do, essentially? Limit order at a higher price. Why would you set a limit order at a higher price when you're buying? That would be when you're selling, right? You set a high limit order, sell. So I'm not quite sure, D community, what you're asking here. But yeah, you wouldn't set a limit order at a higher price than the current price. If you want the current price, just do a market order, and there you get it. So Nigel's looking at XRP. XRP's dipping. Just dipped under $2. The lowest it got here was $1.90 right there on that dip. $1.90 for XRP. Do you have a price for XRP you want to buy in at? I'm not saying never market buys for vets. Oh, you're talking to somebody new, right? Yeah, stablecoin. It's pegged to the dollar. So Tether, USDC, it's all pegged to the dollar. So they basically have a one-to-one reserve of a combination of different things that give them the money to back up their token, which is always $1. And you say, well, what happened to Luna? Luna was supposed to be, or Terra, right? Remember the Terra stable? That was an algorithmic stable coin that was created by Dogecoin, backed up by the Luna token, right? Backed up by the Luna token that used some mathematical formula to maintain its peg with the dollar. And that was good until it wasn't. No more of that. Nobody's doing that ever again. Stable coins, you got to have the U.S. Treasuries. Well, that's what the U.S. wants, right? To have U.S. Treasuries as your reserve on a one-to-one basis. Now, Tether, it's rumored that they have a bunch of things in their reserve. They've got Bitcoin. They have paper, right? They've got paper as part of their reserve. Now, I don't know what the paper market is as a commodity, but why do people use stable coins? Well, it's good for transacting, buying and selling. Like if you are on Binance, right, and you sell Bitcoin, you can sell it into Tether, right? Because it's a more stable currency than the US dollar is more stable currency than other countries' currencies. So you use the Tether. That's why people use it. I like Pepe take back 2 zeros. I'm not sure I'm waiting for that, Ramon. I'm not sure I'm waiting for that. I mean, from here, a 4x would be nice. That gets you up to like 50, right? Halfway to that other zero. And I'm taking profits. If I get that, I'm taking profits. I'm not waiting for another zero. It might not ever get up that high. I'll book the profit on a 4.5x. You always want to buy D-Community at the absolute lowest price possible. Always. Thank you, Nathan, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Keeping it real. That's what I try and do. Again, people try to accuse me of leading them on or making them do something, and I'm just like, am I right 100% of the time? No. I mean, look at peak, right? I missed that one. Nigel, you want to buy XRP under 2? Under 2. Yep, it's under 2 right now. But is it going to come back down tonight? Maybe. It might. Doge 1473, right when we started the stream. Same price. It's tied to the dollar. Exactly, Alan. It's tied to the dollar, an ever-inflating currency. My dollar right here, right? I leave this here for this. An ever-inflating currency. Stable coins are pegged to this. So every year, crypto has to go up at least the inflation rate of the US dollar to maintain even Steven, right? Whatever the inflation rate is, 3%, 4%, sometimes 5%. You got to at least have that in crypto just to maintain even value. That's just the way it is. Hey, Lolavac, how are you? Looking to buy back in H-bar? H-bar hit 12 cents. 12.60. So it's been consistently lower than Doge on price, usually about 2 cents lower. So Doge is in the 14s, H-bar is in the 12s. Personally, I still think long-term Doge will outperform H-bar, but that 12.6 was a nice Nice dip there. It may still go down there again. Hey, thanks for the super chat. Iran is mining Bitcoin? Really? It's interesting. I hadn't heard about that. That Iran was big into Bitcoin mining. You're super stuck in Cardano, 52 cents. Yeah. Trader, you're right there. Too many tokens. I say that all the time. Too many tokens, most of which are all trash. Agreed. Way too many. And the money's like all spread out. No wonder Bitcoin dominance is so high. Thank you, Ramon. Appreciate it. Good luck to us, right? Good luck to us in our trades. Art Scholar, got your limit order set. Jasmine at 0095. Doge 13.1. Pepe at 77. We'll see what happens tonight. Hey, 61 cent Doge will be it'll be nice for a lot of us. We get 61 cent Doge. That'll be nice for a month. If you get that Pepe, it dropped 2 zeros. Wow. That's big time. That is big time. I realize that you don't recommend using leverage. Can you use it with Robinhood? I don't know. Robinhood has talked about adding futures trading, but I haven't looked into it. It's something that you have to like apply for or do something. I'm not interested. Oh yeah, peak. Yep. Missed that one. Yeah, chaos. First week of July, we may be lower. Don't know. But that's what I said, right? Sometime first week of July, there'll be a dip. Sometime first week of August, there'll be a dip. Sometime first week of September, there'll be a dip. Just like last summer, just like the summer before. Thank you, Ramon. Get the likes up. Oh, one more to 69. One more like and we're at 69. Come on, guys. Somebody hit the like button. Let's get it to 69 at least. 69 likes. Hey, it's a Sunday afternoon. We're chilling here. You know what happens is finance.yahoo.com. Once these up here in the upper right, about 8 o'clock tonight, these turn into futures. S&P 500, Dow, NASDAQ will be futures. And I look at that and I see what's going to happen tonight. And I'm guessing they're going to be in the red. So, and typically if we see deep red in those stocks, futures, right? If that's deep red and you look on your Robinhood app, right? And all those stocks are trending down in the red because they're open for trading at 8 o'clock tonight. There's a bunch of them that will be, and they're all tracking down red. Well, you can bet that Bitcoin, Doge, they'll be tracking down too. Most likely they will be tracking downwards too. Yeah, Alan, you have to refresh your screen to see the depends on what you're watching on YouTube, but typically what happens is the number of likes that you see on the screen is stuck, and you're not seeing all the most recent. So you have to get out and get back in or refresh, and then you'll see the total number of likes, which is now at 83. Yes, like Jack said, refresh. Good night, Charlotte. Wake you up if it dips more. Oh. Yes, Doug. I was going to mention that when I saw chaos for changing the profile pic. Thank you very much. Going to be red as can be tonight. That's what I think, DB. I mean, it was nice to have this green candle here, but I don't trust it. Don't trust it. Which is why I've got more dry powder to buy more on the dip. Or you can be like Ramon and just go all in at once. That's not how I do it. I don't go all in at once, especially with this uncertainty later tonight. So I spent a little bit less than half of my buying power because I want to buy another 500 million Pepes. Then I'll have a billion Pepes. And I'd like to get it at a lower price if I can. So I wait. And if I don't get it, hey, that's okay. I'm in the game. But I'm guessing it's going to go down, and maybe it hits Ramon's, $7.99. I'll be buying. If this hits $7.99, I'm buying. Oscar, I didn't say 14-cent Doge wasn't going to happen. I might have said unlikely at some point in time when Doge was up at like 22 cents. But for the past week, I've been calling for Doge to go into the 13s because it's all based on the news, right? Back in May, we didn't have this crap with Iran going on, right? But then the news changes, right? The news changes. All right? Get it right. Get it right, dude. Are you still on color, D? Did you hold it all? Did you hold it all? Did you not sell any on Friday? Dude, reverse splits, dude. What did it end at? Did it end at 86? $85? Where did it end? 86.5. There was a little bit of a run at the end of the day. I don't know why people are buying this before a reverse split. All right, 86 cents. I'll just use that. Reverse split, 86 cents. We'll redo the math. 0.86 times 8. $6.88. My guess is it will be at least $5.99 by Tuesday. Probably lower in the fives. Okay. $5.99 at Friday's price would be 74 cents. Okay. It's going to drop. It's going to drop from the opening price of 688, probably at least down to 588, most likely by Tuesday. I've got a 99% certainty on that. So that's what, a 15% drop? Something like that? Dude, just don't hold a reverse split. I warned you. I warned you. One thing I can tell you about Trump, he practices what he preaches. Crypto is long-term bullish. It doesn't matter about the bombs, D. It was going to go down anyway, Monday and Tuesday. It was going to go down anyway. I told you last week. Do not predict if you're always wrong. Wow, Oscar. Wow. Dude. I never state absolutes. I've been around the block a few times. I once had 17 billion Pepes. Sold early. Yeah, a lot of us have done that. A lot of us have done that with different cryptos, where we sold early, we took our profits, and then it blew up. I did that with Solana a couple years ago. Sold way too early. I didn't know that pump.fun thing was going to like totally spike the Solana price. Yeah, we'll see if your $7.99 Pepe works or not. Now is not the time to degen into altcoins, Oscar. Yeah, it is. We're in Bitcoin season now. This is going to happen. It happened in 2022. Boom, up in altcoin season. It happened in 2023. Boom, up to altcoin season. It happened in 2024. Boom, up to altcoin season. What do you think is going to happen next in 2025? These patterns are real. You buy the altcoins now. This fall, we're going to have a run on alts. That's what I'm betting on. Is it a prediction? 100% guaranteed? No, nothing is. Nothing in the world is. We could all be dead tomorrow. I don't know, right? Nukes all everywhere, right? Everybody's gone, wiped out. Then who cares what you bought your precious crypto at? Dude. Don't think the 79 is going to happen, but it might. It might. You've got Pacers plus 15.5. I mean, it's going to be close, I think. It's not going to be a 15-point win for Oklahoma City is favored by 15? No way. No way. That can't be unless you got your bet placed somewhere that isn't like odds of Pacers Thunder game 7. Online sports books list Thunder 6.5 to 7.5. 6.5 to 7.5. How did you get 15? Wow. I know, Alan, right? This guy, Oscar, he doesn't like what I say, but yet he comes in here to talk shit about me. Patience will pay off if you're in the game. Well, good luck with your color, D community. Sorry, I didn't mean to react the way I did, but you did ask me last week, and I did warn you. Yep, we're all dead tomorrow. Yep. The apocalypse is coming, Christoph. None of this will matter. None of this will matter. And you know, Ramon, I keep saying this. I tell the charts, I look at the history, and people still don't want to believe. Right? They can't, they got blinders on, right? And I can't. Yeah. So. Oh, yeah. Caligulon. I let him out every now and then. Alts are oscillators against Bitcoin at best. I do agree with that. Yep. If you want to increase your Bitcoin count, what you do now is you buy alts like Doge. And then when the Doge BTC pair spikes up, then you swap your Doge into Bitcoin and you'll end up with more Bitcoin. I've been talking about this for weeks. If you want more Bitcoin, you don't buy Bitcoin now. You don't buy Bitcoin now. You buy Doge. Look, here's the Doge BTC trading pair. It's down at 14.8. This is like the lowest it's been in a long time. 14.8. When's the last time it was at 14.8? 2021. 2021. You've got to go all the way back to 2021, that big orange circle. The last time Doge versus Bitcoin was as low as it is right now. But look what happens. Doge goes on a run, outperforms Bitcoin. Doge goes on a run, outperforms Bitcoin. Every year it happens. 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. Every year it happens. So you buy Dogecoin now, and then when Dogecoin goes on one of these big spikes, again, this is Doge versus Bitcoin, then you swap it over to Bitcoin and you'll end up with more Bitcoin. That's what you do. Doge versus Bitcoin right now has bled down to the lowest it's been since 2021. So Oscar keeping the chat spicy. I know, Denise, right? It gives me an opportunity to preach though, right? It's just like, these are all the things I've been talking about month after month after month. And now is the ideal time to be buying Dogecoin because the Doge BTC pair is as low as it has been now for the last 4 years. You've never had Doge versus BTC as low as it is right now. So if you're thinking of buying Bitcoin right now, now's not the time to buy Bitcoin. Now's the time to buy Doge. And then when it spikes up, you'll end up with a lot more Bitcoin. Oscar, you got a lot to learn, bud. You got a lot to learn. Oh, you're buying points to hedge your bet. Okay, I see what you're doing. Yeah, Doug, I did say that. D community's learning, though. I mean, I guess you got to go through a reverse split. once. You got to go through it to learn and actually experience it, and you will learn, unfortunately. You won't make money if you don't buy in times of uncertainty, Oscar. You won't make money. And Ramon here, he's proof of it as well. You buy. You absolutely buy when there's blood in the streets, when the uncertainty is at its max. That's when you buy. That is how you make money. If you're fearful and you don't buy now, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. Well, maybe you'll do all right, right? But you could do better when you buy, when there's blood in the street, big red candles. That's when you buy. Nick is right. The world is uncertain 100% of the time. You don't know what's going to happen. It could go down to 10 cents like some of these other guys are predicting. Maybe it will. I don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe we'll just get one black swan after another. Boom, boom, boom. And they'll all pile up. And the whole crypto market will crash. That could happen. And we're all bag holders, right? But if you don't take risks, you don't end up like I bought this house, right? That took a huge risk on my part to do that. If I didn't do that, I wouldn't be in this nice house. Mortgage free. Yeah, Nick, 2-cent Doge. Exactly. 5 black swans will get us back to 2-cent Doge. You can scoop it all up then. Buy during the FUD. Exactly. Nope, Doug, you can't put in a market sell order now. You can't. Trading is stopped on that stock. It won't fill. Because it said the reverse split is at market open on Monday. And so there's no pre-market trading for that stock. I know, Ramon, I'm used to it. I'm used to it. It does get, like Denise said, it does get the chat to be a little spicy, though. World War III has not begun, Oscar. No. It's not World War III, dude. Okay, well, we'll see how that plays out, D. Good luck with it. And then what happens is, Pepito, is that Dogecoin will lead altcoin season, and everybody will be like, what? No way. And they'll be like, oh yeah, KrissPax did say something about that, didn't he? KrissPax leading altcoin season like it did back in 2021, like it did just last November. Yes, Dogecoin leading alt season. We had a mini alt season last November. Remember? We had a mini alt season. Look, see, it went up. It spiked up. That was Doge. That was all Doge. Doge went up 300%. That can happen again. Pax Cat can run the new Iran. He can be the new supreme leader. What do you think, Cat? He's up there. Sleeping. Nick, it isn't Iran isn't going to do it. Iran can't, right? Israel has been methodically taking out all their weaponry and did so again today. More. Now they can do like suicide bombings and things like that. They can make a mess of things, but mark your words, 5-cent Dogecoin this year. Wow. Okay, we have another one. Mark my words. And then that's a stupid thing to say. Find out the hard way. Meggle. I know. I'm new. I still have money sitting over on Weeble waiting for Meggle to drop down. But right now, hey, maybe tomorrow, right? The whole market will crash and Meggle will go down to $1.30. You're going to see if you can sell color. I don't think it's going to go through. I think the trading is locked on it. Yeah. And if Doge goes down to 5 cents or whatever, Oscar, we'll just buy more. I mean, come on. That's what I say all the time, right? Just better buying opportunity. Like and subscribe. Thank you, King. For those who haven't subscribed yet, when you're down there hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button too. Appreciate it. Thank you. AJ bought 20,000 more Doge. Buying on the dips. 14.6 is the current price. Bitcoin is holding on to 99.2. Could drop back down into the 98s. We'll see. Yeah, I'm buying. Like a lot of these other people too are buying. Because we want to make money, not just be a troll like you. But hey, whatever. Whatever, dude. Trump is not destroying the world, Tedward. Come on, dude. Come on. Let's be real here. Been watching too much MSNBC or CNN. I have 120 worth of Bitcoin. Should I convert it to Doge and then flip it back when the pair goes up? No, that wouldn't really get you. It'd get you a little bit. At this point, I mean, it's $120 worth. So, Art, just find another $120 and buy Doge. And then when the pair goes up, flip it over to Bitcoin. Okay? Do that. You'll more than double your holdings of Bitcoin if you do it that way. Doge is about doing only good every day. Be kind and gentle. Thank you, happy-go-lucky. Appreciate the reminder, as New World was doing earlier in the chat as well. Hey, Anthony, good morning to you. What a world to wake up to, right? What a world to wake up to. Bitcoin under 100K, remember, as the Magic 8 Ball predicted? Remember that? Magic 8 Ball said it is certain Bitcoin was going to go below 100K. Well, we got $99,000 Bitcoin now. Magic 8 Ball. 99% of the time, the Magic 8 Ball gets it right. It did it again. All right, Ramon, have a good night. Good to get a good workout in. Eat well, exercise. Keep your body healthy, keeps your mind healthy. All good things. All good things. Yeah, keeps missing 100K. That may be the new line for Bitcoin. The new resistance line might just be, might just be 100K right there. That may be it. Just like Doge, we have the new one right here at 15 cents. Bitcoin's is now 100K. New resistance line. As you expected, Yep. Hey, D community, you're learning a lot. There's no doubt. And the best way to learn is to actually trade. So, right, you can't just sit on the sides and watch the market and learn. You actually have to trade. You got to have money in the game. That's how you learn. When the 5-cent Doge thing doesn't happen, then what? Exactly. Do I still feel okay about Nora? My whole Nora trade went all the way back to my buy price. I did not book the profit that I had. So I wait. Oh, now it's even lower. Again, but the whole market is down now. So the whole market is down. So I bought it 11.50. So way back there. So, hey, we'll see what happens as this gets, as it starts getting listed on different exchanges and starts growing. They get their iOS, Apple app out. This could still be a really good project. So I'm in it now. Now I'm in it. But thanks for asking. Did I buy on the dip? I bought some Pepe earlier as one trade, but I'm looking to trade more tonight. Hybrid, you're getting drafted? Who's drafting you? What sport? I know, crypto's cascading downwards. We did look at this earlier. Yep. These are my arrows, right? Very bearish, yes. The news is not good. Agreed. Yep. I am not bullish for the summer. I've never been bullish for the summer. You guys know that. I said summer of chop. We got a little fake out at the end of May. Remember the end of May? Remember this? This big run right here? We're mid-May. Doge went up to 24, 25 cents, faked everybody out. And then we get into the real summer and it cascades down. Yes. And so what do we do about it? We buy on the dips in the summertime. You buy on the dips. Will it go lower? It could, but this was a big dip. This was a very big dip based on a specific piece of news. This just wasn't organic falling down, right? It reacted to bad news. Price went down. So you buy down here. Will it go lower? It might. But if it doesn't, and it recovers back up, and then it reclaims like 16 cents, and it starts trading around back up here, and you didn't buy when it was lower, then you're buying higher. So on TG, so on Coinbase, you can actually buy Doge, and then you can trade it directly to Bitcoin. There's a trading pair, and you can just sell Doge into Bitcoin. Okay, you can do that right on Coinbase. Binance, I think it does it as well, depending on where you live. So yeah, you can just buy the Doge, and then when it gets to a point where you want to flip it over to Bitcoin, you just trade it to Bitcoin directly. You don't have to trade it to USD or sell to USD and then buy Bitcoin. That's 2 trades. So 2 fees on Coinbase. You only get 1 fee if you just trade it directly to Bitcoin. The best way to learn is to lose big money on crypto. Ramon is still here. Still here. Yeah, that Pepe buy was good. Pepe. Pepe. Maybe that was the dip of the dip. Maybe. The whole market being down, not an excuse. Stock market holding sideways. Yeah, but yeah, stocks may be a bit red tomorrow. Again, we're going to watch the futures tonight and see what happens. I think it's going to kind of be in the red. Do I think the war will escalate with China and Russia? No, I do not. Is Dogecoin okay for the summer? It's going to be choppy, as I've been saying for 2 weeks now. Solid, choppy. The summer chop is in. It's going to start going up for a bit, and everyone's going to get all excited, and then it's going to drop again, and everyone's going to be like, ah, right? Don't worry, be happy. Fall is coming. Exactly, cyber shots. People screaming bearish. They'll be buying at a higher price. Yep, Rob, that's a good trade. But don't be a jerk about it. Okay, let's just say that was a good call on your part to sell. And we talked about that, the sell and may go away strategy thing, right? You executed it. Yeah, I've been a bear for quite a while. I've been a bear, remember? These guys will tell you Kriss was a bear. Remember you said that? You're going to start buying? Remember, you were here for that, for one of those. I remember. What was that, about a week ago, right? I said I was a bear, and you said you were going to start buying. Well, it was higher price then, right? It was up here. And I was a bear. Remember that? Doge was at like, I forget. It was up here in the 17s. And you said you were going to start buying because I was a bear. And now we're lower. Right? Isn't that right, Anthony? I remember that. Okay, X money hasn't launched yet. So you can't say didn't do much for Doge. X money hasn't launched yet. House of Doge, I've even complained about their so-called partnership so far. Not big enough yet, right? They need bigger partners, right? That's why I say, let's wait for the fall. It's not going to be happening in the summertime. I don't know how many times I have to say that. Pepe was my biggest winner last fall. Traded it for XRP, not jelly, but wanted to join in the fun. $0.10 Doge. If you want to wait, it may or may not happen. Hey, Ramon, I ain't buying anything right now. Oh. Will all BTC holders switch to Doge? No. Keep the cash in the bank. It inflates away in the bank, Anthony. Why don't you buy bonds? Let's just buy bonds. Come on. I know, Ramon, right? You get a big green candle and it's like, woohoo! Let's go! Let's go! Short term, I think, though, dude. Short term, but this is the big reset. PaxCat will save the Middle East. Yes. This is the big reset we've been waiting for. Possibly. Bitcoin over 100K on Coinbase. Yep. There it is. It just, big green candle. Right over 100K. Look at that. Look at that run on Bitcoin. Yeah, and you went all in, and I only went half. I only went half of my available buying power. I'm still thinking tonight. We'll see. But yeah, you got your Pacers bet. I think it'll be close. The financial system is shifting patience. Interesting. Drink and Trade, how are you? Reminds everybody to hit the like button. We got one more for 100. One more for 100. Come on, somebody do it. Hit the like button. One more for 100. Yeah, 20x on my live stream, right? Thank you. 100 likes. Woohoo! Woohoo. Doge moving up. See if it gets over 15 cents. Pepe up to 87. Making money. I'm up on my Pepe. Let's see what I'm up. I'm already up 2.2% on my Pepe. Easy $100. You give me 1,000,000 likes. I love it. Thank you. It'd be awesome if you could actually give multiple likes. Multiple likes. Anthony, that's why we're buying now. And not at 22 cents. I wasn't buying at 22 cents. And you're smarter than that. I know that. Just based on your other posts you've made on other live streams. I don't know why you're being such a jerk today. You get into these moods sometimes and you're just being a jerk. And I know you're smarter than that because you've been around for a while now. I know you're smarter than that. But putting money in the bank just to be safe? I mean, come on, dude. Really? Billy, you got your ledger yesterday? Awesome. You got the X, so you're going to get your free Bitcoin. $50 a Bitcoin. And you know what? Bitcoin's price will go up. And if it keeps going up, it'll eventually pay for your whole ledger wallet. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, this is the last day of the sale. Last day of the sale. Use my link below. Ledger Stacks. Get $80 of Bitcoin. Ledger Flex, you get $70 of Bitcoin. Ledger Nano X, you'll get $50 of Bitcoin. Ledger Nano S Plus, you'll get $30 of Bitcoin. I have a link in the description below directly to this page for this sale, last day of this sale, if you want to get a Ledger hardware wallet, crypto wallet, take your Bitcoin, take your Dogecoin with you in a Ledger wallet. Don't leave it on the exchanges. Maybe a little bit to trade with, but the rest of it that you want for long term, put it on a hardware device. So If you use the link below, you'll go to this page, order yourself like Billy did, the Nano X. And then a little card will be in there and it says $50 a Bitcoin. Basically, you just give them your Bitcoin wallet and then they will transfer Bitcoin directly into your wallet. That's how it works. Sale ends tonight or early tomorrow morning, depending on where you are in the world. Doge to 91 cents. Now you're dreaming big, Ramon. Dreaming big. When I buy during lives, it pumps. Well, you should hang out more often then. I misread the previous message. What time is it here now? It is 6:15. 6:15 in the evening, East Coast US time. So you are 6 hours ahead of me. So you're in EU somewhere? My guess? Oh yeah, the banks get 0.01%. Your money is just inflating away, sitting in the bank. You're not making nothing. I mean, at least buy some like USDC and get like 4% on Coinbase. Thank you, Prajwal. People are green with envy because I took my profits. Now let's get the numbers right, Ramon. 42,069, right? That was my first slice of profit of Doge back in December. 42,069. That was a good number. If you remember last fall, early in the fall, I was talking about maybe my first slice would be 35 cents. And then as it was spiking up after the Trump election and the whole Doge and Elon thing, I was like, no, I'm going to wait. And then I decided 42,069, set a limit order, and it hit. And it hit. Now, the rest of the Doge that I sold was in January, which was around 32 cents. But that was because I needed to liquidate all my other cryptos and as much Doge as I needed to buy the house. And so I ended up selling 2 million Dogecoin at like 32 cents. Which in hindsight now, that was pretty good. Obviously, I should have sold a month earlier in 40 cents, but you know, things are what they are. You don't know what's going to happen. Swift is slow, too expensive, blah, blah, blah. Exactly. And they tell you to look one way, you look the other. Thank you, Ramon. Appreciate it. Yeah, my wife. As ChrissPax said, good job. Exactly. It's a good job. And that's the best I got from her was good job. Weekend was all right, Ramon. A little hot here in Boston, but it was good. It was good. Had a Saturday live stream, my first Saturday live stream in a long, long time. So I'll be doing those as well on Saturdays. So if you guys are chilling, hanging out on a Saturday and you want to spend some time with ChrissPax, I'll be live on Saturdays now. Way back in 2017, I purchased Bitcoin through an ATM. I received a paper receipt. 8 years later, the printing is beginning to fade. Yeah, you should transfer that Bitcoin from the paper wallet to another wallet. You can create one on like Exodus wallet or somewhere else. But yes, you should transfer that Bitcoin. Okay? It's in a wallet. You just need to transfer it out of that wallet to a to another wallet. That's all. South Africa, Sean. Awesome. Yeah, about 6 hours difference. What would be your first slice price target for the fall? Too early, Frankie. We got to see what's going on first. Again, I'm news-based, right? I don't just do TA on charts. I'm news-based. I need to see what is the utility of Dogecoin? What are the catalysts, right? Now, I made some educated guesses back on my January 1st video, right? I had two scenarios. I had one with all these big catalysts and one without. You can rewatch that video again. That is still in play. That hasn't changed on my outlook for the fall of 2025. And that was way back on January 1st. I've been talking about fall 2025. Would you recommend transfer to Robinhood? You could transfer it to Robinhood. Robinhood accepts Bitcoin. You can transfer into a Bitcoin wallet into Robinhood. Yes. Personally, though, I wouldn't do. You don't own the Bitcoin. It's no longer your Bitcoin on Robinhood, though, which is why I suggest maybe an Exodus wallet or if you don't want to buy a ledger, right? Try Exodus. I highly recommend it. Again, I would not use Exodus on a phone. I would use it on a computer. I would not. In fact, I'd recommend putting it like on an older computer so that your passwords and stuff that you use might not be stolen. Obviously, you're going to get a 12-word seed phrase that you write down because it's your wallet. Exodus is good for that. You can get an app as well. I don't recommend that. You don't want someone busting in on your phone and getting your Bitcoin. Okay? Exodus. Try that out. Easy to use. Very easy to use, to set up. And it's your wallet address. It's only yours. Robinhood, not recommended. So try that out. Your limit order at 1512 hit. Yeah, on this big drop right there. It hit right there. 9 o'clock this morning. Funk. Yep. And as Ramon and I were talking about earlier, that's why I don't do limit orders during the day. I do market orders because I want to see what's happening. And then I target and do a market order buy or market order sell on the way up during the day. Now, overnight, if I think there's going to be a dip overnight, I may set a limit order to buy the dip overnight. If I get up in the morning, it hasn't hit yet, I cancel it. And I just see what the market does. That's how I trade. Did I see that YouTube featured my live stream? No, I didn't see that, Mike. Send me a screenshot. I wouldn't see that because it's my live stream. But if you see it in a feature, a screenshot would be awesome if you could take that. You dipped your toes into XRP, Doge, Sol, and you bought 10 million Pepes, Nismo? Buying on the dips. YouTube knows what's good. Exactly. Hugo, so you're saying don't hold crypto in Robinhood? Not long term. I wouldn't. You can keep a little on there for trading, but long term, you want to put it in your own wallet. You do not own the crypto that you hold on Robinhood. It's not yours. You're just buying the price. Robinhood crypto is not an exchange. There's no blockchain happening, nothing when you buy on Robinhood. None of that is on the blockchain. There's no wallet transfers going on when you buy crypto on Robinhood. Okay. Think about the poor people in Iran who can't get their money out of a bank, right? So that's why you don't keep money in banks, which is my argument with that other guy, right? He's like, you don't keep money in the bank. No, don't keep money in the bank. At least buy some Tether and put it on a hardware device, right? Put it into a wallet. Don't leave it in a bank. Can you just keep it on an exchange? Sure, you can. Okay, so first, why did you buy crypto? Do you believe in the technology and the future of money like I do? And you're trying to get away from the banks, right? And get away from the institutions so you can take control of your wealth? Then you don't want to leave it on an exchange. Secondly, what exchange is it that you're leaving your crypto on? Do you trust it? Do you really trust your exchange? I would say if you live in the United States and you're talking about Coinbase or Robinhood, you're probably okay. But if you're talking like MEXC, right? Or one of those that are in some other country, I would not leave anything on there. I don't trust those at all. So, you like the intro? Oh, did you see the new one? Oh, guys, I didn't play it today yet. It's fun.
Yeah. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Listen to these words. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Then bring it down hard. Someday, we put it together.
What are you doing?
Dance off, bro. Me and you.
Wasn't that awesome? I love it. So much fun. I'm wearing my Doge shirt as well, if you guys didn't see. Yeah. Dance off, bro. Dance off, bro. You keep money in Robinhood and let it sit in buying power for 4.5% interest. That's okay. I do the same. My trading money. Yep. My trading money is in Robinhood. And when I'm in the middle of a swing trade, it's earning interest. But my big money is not in Robinhood. And my big money is not on Coinbase. It's on Ledger, Exodus, and the MyDoge wallet. Those are the 3 wallets I use. The MyDoge wallet is for tips and stuff. It goes up and down. But Ledger and Exodus, that's where my crypto is. I got a little bit on crypto.com too. That's where my peak tokens are, my very poor peak tokens and my Trump collectibles. Also, not a good move. Kriss is not 100% in the green. You think we'll get a better price tomorrow morning with the stock exchange open? Yes. Stocks will be at a lower price tomorrow. I'm going to watch Megal, see how much it dips. But I have a little bit of I have a stock portfolio as well on Webull, which now is mostly cash because I did a Megal swing trade and then I did a GameStop swing trade. And so I think it's about $5,000 on Webull, ready to buy and do another stock swing trade. And on Robinhood, I just bought a bunch of Pepe earlier and still have about $5,000 or $6,000 to maybe buy Doge on a dip or more Pepe or wait for a stock. We'll see. We'll see. Use my Chase Bank credit card, pay the balance, and when I get paid, the rest goes into Robinhood. Yep. Exactly. I use Capital One. I get cash back on Capital One. Same thing. Don't keep your money in the bank. Put it all on red and let the roulette wheel decide your fate. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, you retracted your message, Nismo, and I put it up. I hope there wasn't something you didn't want to say there. I see all here on my end. Hey, Victor, how are you? Yeah, I don't look at my portfolio, Victor, on a day-to-day basis. I don't, especially on red days. But if you're down 40%, dude, what do you have? 40% in a day? What kind of crap do you have in? I mean, what kind of tokens do you have in there? I mean, Doge is down 3.5, Bitcoin's down 1.5. That's most of what I have is Doge and Bitcoin. I've got a little bit of ETH. ETH is down 3.5. I don't have any of this other stuff. I got a little bit of Litecoin. That's down like less than 1% now. I don't own any Melania. I just bought the Trump. No Melania. He must mean overall. 40% is 40%. You don't add them up. Victor getting cooked. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's in your portfolio, man. 40% in a day? Or do you, yeah, or well, like Jack says, yeah, or overall from where you originally bought. Right. I figured that out. Yeah. No, my Doge average is still like 7.5 cents. So I'm up. I'm a little, well, my ETH average is just about equal now. My Bitcoin I'm way up on because my Bitcoin is at 26K average. And yeah, I'm okay. Oh, Bitcoin down 40% on Bitcoin. How can you be down 40% on Bitcoin? Bitcoin's at 100K. I mean, did you buy at the top? Even if you bought at the top, you'd be down 9%. Oh, you're up on Bitcoin. Okay, I don't know what you're doing, man. You've got 25 different cryptos. Yeah. But some of them you bought high. BTC will be back to 102.5, Mr. Tate? Maybe. Maybe. So 105 now. We just saw it pop back over 100K here. So I went to buy 1,000 Pepe and I bought Bonk by accident. How did you do that? You were just there and you saw Bonk instead and said, let us get Bonk. Yeah, exactly. You got bonked. Oh, love it. Love it. Got bogged. Hey, Paxcat, Boss Destroyer got bonked. What you doing, buddy? He's just chilling up there. World Liberty Finance, punting on the shorts. Trump should be giving them the heads up to collapse the crypto prices so they can buy lower. Yeah. They don't care about Doge, Anthony. They've got ETH, they've got Chainlink, they've got Tron because of the Justin Sun thing. They do not have Doge. Oh, geez, you're an idiot. Crypto geek, don't be an idiot, please. Don't be retarded. Don't be like... Doge has actually outperformed almost every other crypto today. Doge is down 3.2, ETH is down 3.4, Algo 3.4, Cardano 3.6, HBAR 4.4, Harmony 1 4, VET 4, Vthor 5, Crow 6. So just don't be a jerk. And I'm tired, and I don't have. That's just a stupid thing to say. You are not going to make it. You come on at the end of my live stream and say something like that. Just doof. Doof. If WIF manages to crater Doge to one, oh, WLF, World, they can easily, yeah, they won't. World Liberty Finance doesn't care about Dogecoin. Yeah, the guy's just a jerk, King Ark. Dumb. Now, if Beijing came on here and say that, okay. But Beijing didn't show up today. He came on 6 consecutive streams and said Dogecoin is dead. But he didn't show up today. I feel cheated. I feel cheated. I feel cheated. Beijing didn't show up today. I know Bitcoin is outperforming Doge, Anthony. He said Doge was done, and I was making a comparison that Doge is doing better than most other cryptocurrencies. I didn't say Bitcoin. Don't put words in my mouth. We also looked earlier at the Bitcoin Doge trading pair, which is down, right? I recognize Bitcoin is outperforming Dogecoin, and now is the time to be buying Doge, not Bitcoin. That's what I said. Yeah, Nisma. He got banned. You don't use my name. I told him to change it and he didn't. So he got the boot. Your wife is driving, Ramon? Cool. Say hello to her for me. Your Pepe is looking very good, up to 88 now. That is sweet on your buy. I'll take it. I will take it as well. Yeah, they come and go. They come and go, Nismo. I'm used to it. Yeah, you said it would go sideways and pump, Ramon. I'm still not completely on board with the pump. I'm not completely on board with the pump yet. Okay. Doge just hit 15 cents. Look at that. 15 cents, baby. Hey, we bounced off it earlier, though. Currently holding Doge long-term, Pepe for short-term swing trades. That's why I bought the Pepe. That's why Ramon bought the Pepe. Make some quick money, quick, easy money, maybe. We don't know what's going to happen. That's the whole risk reward thing. That's why I labeled this stream risk reward, right? You want to buy gold? Low risk, low reward. You want to go into meme coins, meme tokens? High risk, the possibility of high reward. Now we're talking. Thank you, Nismo. Appreciate it. In my portfolio, the best performing crypto is now Bitcoin. The rest are bleeding. Yeah, I know, the peak thing. Yeah, we did talk about that earlier too. We did talk about that. And I admit it. That was a bad one. I said, I'm not 100%. Not 100%. I bought those stupid Trump collectibles too. And I'm down on those. But luckily, those are just small parts of my overall portfolio. My bigger portfolio is doing just fine. It's my Pepe target. I don't know, Sean. It's a swing trade. I don't have a target. It's going to be depending on what happens with Doge, Bitcoin, what's the market going to do? When I feel it's enough profit and there's something else I want to get into, I will sell it, do a swing trade. Maybe I hold on to it through the fall, like our friend Ramon's going to do, and maybe do a 4X or something. Maybe. That's the beauty of it, right? You don't have to sit to a specific strategy. You could just play it by ear. I live in Somerset. We should start a Doge burger and use a Dogecoin emblem on the burger, like that Bitcoin burger. I know, right? Yeah, talk to that guy in Las Vegas. Not the president, the vice president was there at the Steak and Shake booth. And I said, you guys should really do Dogecoin. You'll get a better community following you than Bitcoin. Nobody's selling their Bitcoin, using their Bitcoin to buy burgers. But Doge, they will. He said, yeah, we're not thinking about it. We're just doing Bitcoin. Okay. All right. Yeah, if Peak does a 5X, I'm a little bit in the green from where I bought on Peak. But yeah, 5X just to get back to where you bought in. Ouch. I don't know if this is going to hold 15 cents for Doge. Are we going to bounce like we did earlier this afternoon? Or are we going to come up above it and retest its support and move higher? How's this going to play out? Tempting to take profits, Ramon? Like a real swing trade here? You think it's going to go lower? Wow. That's 3%. Now, 3% with the money you put in, that's decent. But it's 3%. No, when you say done, you're talking like bear market. It's never going to go up. It's done. Crypto Geek. Many, many other cryptos have performed worse than Dogecoin, both today and longer term. I don't know what to say, dude. Just buy Bitcoin then, and go to a Bitcoin channel and just pray to the almighty orange pill Bitcoin. Okay, you go do that. Crypto Geek. Just ragging on Dogecoin, taking it out on me. And I'm just like, dude, whatever. Why are you even here? Just go. I don't care. Just go to someone else's stream. You know what? I'm just not going to deal with it. You can just go somewhere else. Goodbye. I just can't deal with crap like that. He wants to argue with me. And I'm just like, whatever. God. I don't mind if people want to be bearish, right? I don't mind having the conversation, even with Anthony. We've had some good conversations about prices going down. And I don't mind having the conversation. But just don't be an asshole. I'm seriously. Just don't be an asshole. I'm not going to boot every bear. I mean, I'm a bear right now. Come on, listen to me, right? Here, prices are going up right now, and we're starting to see green candles, and I'm like being a bear. How often do you hear that from me? I'm a bear right now, guys. I've had my bear hat on for a week. Haven't you guys noticed? Short-term bear, long-term bull, like 54%. I'm ending the poll now. Short-term bear, long-term bull. But look at that. 15% of you ended up short-term bear, long-term bear. 15% of you think this is a total bear market. Wow. Yeah, Cybershots, I don't mind people come in here and talk about Bitcoin. I don't mind it. Just be decent about it. Don't be a jerk. That's all I'm saying. It's like, I don't mind, right? And I know how Bitcoin has been outperforming Dogecoin. I see it every day, and I talk about it every day. But from here right now, where the Doge BTC trading pair is, it's like, come on, buy Doge, and then flip it into Bitcoin. Right? And there may be some of them that don't even own any crypto, and they just want to be a troll. Joshua wants to see the bubbles. I'll bet the bubbles are looking very red. I did not even look at these today, but they're probably pretty red. Fart coin is up. Look at that. Look at that. Fart coin. How is fart coin in the green, guys? How is fart coin in the green? Hype is in the green. SPX is in the green. Who's buying fart coin? God. Pax G, there's my Pax G, my gold right there in the green. Pax G. I wish that was my gold. I wish that was my, what's this one? Sky. Used to be called Maker. It's now called Sky. I didn't know that. I didn't know Maker renamed itself to Sky. Interesting. Waiting Iran. Chaos might happen. Might happen. You should get a pop-up on screen of the AI thing and hold a hammer and swing it and say ban. Right. Kriss is a bear, give him the boot. Yep. Just being real. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Remember, Anthony, last time I was a bear, Anthony said, oh, if Kriss is a bear, I'm buying. Kriss was right. It went lower. I'm just saying. Is your plan to swing trade Pepe and put profits into Doge? Yes, that's my overall plan, is to stack Doge for the fall. It's called coin count. I want maximum coin count before October. And if my prediction is true, Doge will be looking pretty good. So I want coin count. No, Anthony, you're cool. You're not being a troll. Not being a troll. You've been around long enough where we've had some little tiffs here and there, but I know you're a good trader. I can tell. So all good. I just not putting all my money in the bank right now. Not doing it. The smelly bubble. Exactly. That fart coin. Don't pop it. Too many people trusting a fart coin. I know, Ryan, right? It's like, what? Yeah, Anthony's a good egg. It's weird, though, that he's a bear when I'm a bull. And then when I become a bear, he says he's going to be a bull and buy. But now he's like, just take everything out and put it in the bank, which is weird. But all right. I mean, you do you. You do you. Is Ramon going to sell his Pepe? Is Ramon going to sell his Pepe? What if it hits 90, Ramon, if you're still on? If Pepe goes up to 90, would you sell and just book that profit? Would you do that? At 90, that would be 5%. That would be 5%. How much did he buy? 150,000? That would be like a quick, like $7,000 or $8,000 in the span of like 2 hours. Can you imagine that? You make $8,000 in 2 hours? But he puts a lot of, I mean, that's a lot of equity to put in there for that $8,000. It's risky. No doubt. It's risky, but for $8,000 profit, that's if it goes up to 90. If it goes up to 90, 5% gain. Almost $8,000. Hola, Herberto. ¿Qué pasa? Doge just broke through short-term resistance. Yes, it did. Will it hold? That's the question. We will watch. But so far, looking good. No, D community. Heriberto just got here. He just likes to say hi. ¿Qué pasa, Heriberto? ¿Cómo estás? What cryptos do you hold, Heriberto? Laughing emoji. Got it. Do you own any Doge? The reason, yeah, well, I mean, that's your portfolio, right? So why not add to it on the dips? That's all. You cannot afford to put in more money now. Cannot afford to put in more money now. And you think it's going to erode some more. Right. That's why we just hold. We just hodl the rest of our portfolio and we ride through the summer with it. And we dream of the big gains in the fall. Eventually, the market's going to go back up. We don't know how long it's going to take. DB. As a guy who played his fair share of poker, betting 125,000 to win 8,000 would be considered insane. Swing trading isn't my game yet. That's if he sells at 90. I don't know, Ramon, if you're going to sell at 90. It's at like 88.5 now. But if you sell at 90, that's a 5%. It's almost $8,000. Hey, that's $8,000 he didn't have 2 hours ago. That's okay, Ramon. Have dinner with your wife. Enjoy it. These past days, crypto prices are eroding. Yep, they are. So what are you going to do about it? Might run out of lunch money. I know. Well, I had some stock swing trades, Megal and GameStop. So I built up from $2,000, $3,000. I built up to $10,000. Most of that was Megal. Tripled Megal, 3x in a week. It's a 3x. I should have put in 125,000 like our friend Ramon here. That would have been like a $400,000 profit. Yeah, I wouldn't put that into Megal. You couldn't sell that many shares even. There's not that much liquidity, not much trading for that. Maybe you can send me a few Doge to buy McDonald's. We did. We sent you, what, 66 Doge. You should have 66 Doge, Anthony. The Pacers bet is house money now. Jairo Lopez just purchased 46,000 Doge. Congratulations. If someone hodl and is unable to DCA, would it be to their own demise? No, you just hodl. It's the summertime now. We think prices are going to go up this fall. Maybe it takes longer. Don't know. But that's the game for most people. Most people hodl. You buy and you just hold. Even if it was a little higher. Okay, you need to change your name, dude. You can't use that name in here. If you're the same guy who used my name before, just get out, change your name, and come back. Please. Please. Megal is a stock. It's not a crypto. Bullish Billionaire. It's a stock. So you get it on the main Webull app, which is the stock trading. It's not your name, dude. KRISS Kriss is not your name. Do. Do you know how I know? Do you know how I know? Dude. Seriously. You think I don't have tools here? You just created this stupid channel. Goodbye. Can you reinvest your 401k into crypto? No. Not without taking distributions. Eventually, some of those companies that have 401ks will start to allow you maybe to buy the ETFs, or maybe they'll add crypto at some point in time. and you can buy and sell within your portfolio that you already have. But otherwise, you need to, like, you basically need to do a withdrawal. And depending on whether your 401k is, you would have to pay taxes on the withdrawal, right? Because that's income. And how old are you? Are you over 55? Like, all of that comes into play. I know, right, Ramon? I could just tell right away. I could just tell right away. It's like, dude, and why is he complaining about you? I'm just like, dude, that boot hurt my soul. Does MACD signal a trend shift? Nope. It just shows you how things have traded. Doesn't mean anything about how it's going to trade in the future. A red to green can easily turn back to a red if the price goes back down. So nope, it's not a trend shift. It just is a reflection of how it has traded up to now, is all it is. Good luck, Ramon, with your Pepe trade. Positive vibes. Awesome. Good luck. Tell me tomorrow how you did. Tell me if you, oh God. Now I know you're a troll. Do, do, do. So you did sell. You booked the profit. $6,000 or $7,000. Buy in again at a lower price. Maybe it'll come back down. Maybe it will. Yeah, I'd like to see the Pacers win. It's a more interesting team to me than the Thunder. The Thunder has SGA and the Williams guy. They're both pretty good, but it's just like, ugh. But 15 points, dude. It should be a close game. It's a game 7. It's like, who really has the drive to win? It'll be a fun game to watch. Definitely will. Yeah, 15. I mean, come on. But you had to pay extra for that. I get it. Oh, you've got the over as well? Yeah, I don't know. If the Pacers are running and they're hitting. Aesthetic, you're at work tonight? I get it. I get it. Right now, Doge holding above our short-term resistance line, 15 cents. We'll see. Nicholas, you made money on a stock, UAVS. Isn't that great when that happens? That was like that Megal. God, when I woke up in the morning and I saw it was over $3, I was like, I didn't believe the price. I was like, wait, what? 3? No, that can't be right. 3? No, that's not right. I really felt like something was wrong when I saw it was $3 Megal pre-market. And I was just like, man, I sold that baby. 27,000 holding strong. Bullish. We'll get back up there. We'll get back up there. The community, Detroit Lions, huh? That team's just getting better every year. It's awesome to see for Detroit. I agree, aesthetic. Retest 15 as support and move higher. That would be the classic move, right? Would be that. That would be the classic move right there. I'm worried about tonight, though. I don't think that's going to happen. Unfortunately, I'm a bear. I got my bear hat on. I say, nope, that is not going to happen. That's terrible. Oh, I'm on the 30-minute time frame. I see. Yeah, it's not doing it. Anyway, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I don't think so. This might be one of the 5 longest streams. You still have chores to do, Denise. Yeah, just hanging out on a Sunday. Hanging out. Very happy with the Pepe exit. You nailed it. Nice. Quick $7,000 or so, $6,000, somewhere in there, based on what I see. Sweet. That was a pretty nice dinner that got paid for, right? Along with your Pacers bet. Let's go. I'm in my Pepe bet, but it's a half bet right now because I thought I'd be able to buy more lower, and I didn't. I was streaming here at 84. We'll see if it drops lower later tonight. That's still in play. Still in play. Yeah, that was my quick math, Ramon. 6,000. Noise. So you want to go back down to 849 to refill, and then 799 for a little top off. Yeah, not bad. We'll see. Yeah, I'm still in mine on the Pepe. Yeah, Denise, it has been a long stream. Over 3 hours. I didn't realize that. Oh. All right. Gang, I'm going to call it. Going to call it a stream here. My throat's getting a little raspy. Big day tomorrow, right? Stocks crashing, right? Oh, Oz, you just got here. I've been here 3 hours, dude. You need 207? They should be able to do that. 104 to 103. Both teams over 100. As long as it's competitive, you'll be fine. As long as it's competitive. All right, gang. Right now, 1506. We'll see whether 15 holds. If not, we may see more dipsy-doos tonight. We'll see how it goes. Hope everyone has a nice Sunday night. I'll be back on Monday, so join in next live stream. Until then, have a good one.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.